deep into the eyes, read them like a book. Trapped inside a prison, gotta free them like a crook. Make off with the loot, made off for the joke. Treated like these cowards never needed what we took, and we repeat it like a hook. Caught in the deep, come back like Wheezy. Card 3, sensation. Wait, then pause the beat. Eyes don't lie, truth still hard to see. They're begging me to show them, they're saying that I owe them, but I'll never give it up. Not for you, not for no one. Foreign ride, touring, soaring, open road, exploring.
Welcome to another episode of Smoke the Competition. We're kicking the 2025 season off with a new segment called Faves and Fades. I'm your host, Eric Sojash. Thank you for checking us out. Please subscribe to the channel. We'll just take 2 seconds. Click the button below, subscribe. You'll get all my content coming all season long. Every few days, I'll be uploading new videos talking about fantasy football and your betting tips. And the segment that we're going to be really diving hard into this year is Faves and Fades. We'll let you know which players are my favorites for the week and which ones you got to fade. This is not the consensus ones. I'm not going off what everybody says. This is strictly my own content, my own beliefs. It's helped me win a few championships over the years, and hopefully you'll do the same for you. So without further ado, let's jump right into my Faves and Fades. This is week 1 of the NFL season. Let's go. First guy on my faves list is quarterback of the Denver Broncos, Bo Nix. If you've been following my channel, if you've been following my Twitter page, you know I'm a big Bo Nix fan. Been calling him out since his days at Oregon. Love the athleticism, love the big arm, love the competitive spirit that he has. This kid is just one of those guys that if you don't really dig in deep, you may not see all this talent that he has, but he is one of those hidden gems. He showed it last year, got off to a slow start, then took off with Sean Payton, with Courtland Sutton, with some new running backs. I got high hopes for Bo Nix in 2025. Get him in your lineups. He's an absolute fave this week. Get him going. He's going to have a big game. Another one of my faves of the week is quarterback of the New England Patriots, Drake May. Now, he's got a lot of hype going around. There's a lot of buzz with Vrabel taking over the team. Drake May's big frame, his athleticism. They're giving him a little comparisons to Josh Allen. I think that's a stretch too far, but I am a huge Drake May fan. I do love him since NC. The kid has uber talent. He's just one of those aw shucks type of people, just really humble, real cool. You know, he's got older brothers. He knows how to play all the sports. He's just an athlete, an athlete's athlete, and I think he's going to break out in 2025 like many of you do. But right off the bat, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks to start, taking on the Vegas Raiders. I think he's going to have a good game, top 10 finish. Get him in your lineups. My first fade of the week is quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. This is Brock Purdy. Now, this has nothing to do with his long-term projection. I think all season long, Purdy will be a pretty good fantasy quarterback. I have him in one league just based on the schedules that he's going to have. They say the 49ers have one of the weaker schedules projected. That should help Purdy put up some good numbers, some gaudy numbers. But coming out the gates, all of his receivers were banged up in the offseason. There's these question marks about McCaffrey, which I think are being blown out of proportion. But still, I want to err on the side of caution. Going on the road against the Seattle Seahawks in week 1, division rival. I think this could be a close game, a lot of running. Don't see Purdy putting up multiple touchdowns. He's my first fade of the week. Keep him on your bench and then look forward to playing him next week and the week after. All right, we're going to switch gears here and talk about my favorite running backs and my fades at running back for week 1. Some really big names on this list. All these players are guys that I'm invested in for better or for worse. So, you know, I'm just giving you the real talk. Without further ado, let's jump right in. My first fave of the week at running back is Alvin Kamara. He's been a stud. He's been one of those alphas in the running game for years in fantasy football. We all know Alvin's a special running back. He's kind of started to slip in drafts. He's kind of started to slip because of the age and the offense he's in. Get him in your lineups for week 1. This is an absolute smash. That Kellen Moore offense will use the running back very highly, very efficiently, and Alvin Kamara is one of those special players. This is a no-brainer. I think he's a definite top 10 running back this week. Absolute fave. Another running back that I love this week is the running back for the Tennessee Titans, Tony Pollard. He was an absolute breakout candidate a few years ago with the Dallas Cowboys. Switched teams. They didn't want to pay him. He gets a decent contract from the Tennessee Titans. Suffered some injuries. Now he's fully healthy. He's got a new quarterback. He's got a nice little offense there. Callahan knows how to move the ball with that offense, call plays. I like the situation he's in. Plus his backup, Tajay Spears, is banged up. Will miss week 1. So there's going to be a ton of opportunity. Now, the caveat is he's going against a tough Denver defense. They probably will maintain or contain him. He won't have big runs or any average 5 yards a carry or anything like that. But he's going to have a ton of touches. So catches, rushes, probably score at least 1 touchdown. Get him in your lineups. He's one of my favorites just based on volume. The last running back we're going to talk about is of the Washington Commanders. That's JCM, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, also known as Bill. I'm going to fade him this week. He is one of the, dark horses, one of my favorite stashes. I have him in 4 or 5 leagues. Definitely keep him on the bench in all of those leagues. Hoping for a breakout as the season progresses with this high-octane offense. I don't see Austin Eckler at this age being an every down back. I do see Bill taking that role eventually and running with it. They were confident shipping away Brian Robinson Jr., so they must see something in his backfield, and I think it's this man. But temper your expectations for now. Keep him on your benches. He's my fade for week 1. Come check me in week 2, week 3, maybe week 4, and we'll probably have a different tune on our boy JCM. All right, the last position we're going to break down in this episode of Faves and Fades is the wide receiver position. I got a couple rookies here. Yeah, I'm jumping on the wagon. A couple rookies I think will break out right away. Good starts to get in your lineup. And then I have a vet, or guy's been in the league for a while that I'm a little bit concerned about. But yeah, without further ado, let's break down our faves and fades in the wide receiver position. Kicking things off, we got wide receiver of the Green Bay Packers, their first ever first-round pick at wide receiver position. That's Matthew Golden, superstar out of Texas. He was actually my number 1 wide receiver ranking. If you follow me on Twitter, if you follow my page, you'll see that I ranked these wide receivers from the draft, and I had Matthew Golden as my number 1, and I think he gets things scorching hot. His first game with Jordan Love, with this offense going against the Detroit Lions, he is the wide receiver 1 in this offense, and I think he's going to show it and blow up. Get him in your lineups. He's an absolute fave. Another favorite of mine is wide receiver of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Emeka Egbuka. This guy was fantastic at Ohio State, just a surefire, guaranteed first-round pick. So reliable, great hands, great running. He's just one of those wide receivers that doesn't have all the extra, superstar speed like Tyreek Hill or the body frame like Calvin Johnson, but he has pretty much the full package. I love this kid's talent, and he's walking into a perfect situation. Opportunity galore next to Mike Evans, no Godwin, no McMillan. I just love it. I think Baker Mayfield's going to light it up with him. Get him in your lineups. I'm definitely starting him. And actually, in one league, I'm starting him over Matthew Golden, just to let you guys know a little bit about how I feel about Egbuka. Get him in your lineups. He's a favorite for this week. All right, to wrap things up, let's go to my fade of the week. I'm going into Garrett Wilson, wide receiver of the New York Jets. Uber talented player, reunited with his college quarterback, Justin Fields. Lots to be optimistic about, but overall, I have my doubts, I have my concerns, and this is a real, people. I have him in a couple leagues. I'm keeping him on my bench in one league. I'm starting him in another as a wide receiver 3, flex position, hoping for, some volume or a touchdown, but I'm not feeling great about it. Like I said, he's my fade of the week. The passing acumen, the passing of Justin Fields is something to worry about. Even though Garrett is super talented, we're going to have to see it to fully buy in. So I'm going to give it a week, especially when he's going against a tough defense like the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not the best spot to play him in. He is my fade for this week. Well, that will do it for our first episode of Faves and Fades. Thank you for checking us out. Greatly appreciated. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Follow us all season long. I'll be bringing you weekly content, point spread picks, faves and fades, all the fantasy tips you need to dominate the competition. Once again, I'm Eric Sojash. This is Smoke the Competition 2025. Let's all have a great season. Let's dominate. Peace, love. I'm out.
Deep into the eyes, read them like a book. Trapped inside a prison, gotta free them like a crook. Make off with the loot, made off for the joke. Treated like these cowards never needed what we took, and we repeat it like a hook. Caught in the deep, come back.